Hi, I'm Mandi Pryor and welcome to Spotlight on Pittsburgh. Spotlight on Pittsburgh is a program about Pittsburgh's most fascinating people and what they do to make our city an amazing place to live and work. When we come back, I'll introduce you to Rob Costanza, the growth coach, Three Rivers, and Pittsburgh's very own associate producer. Later, we'll welcome Andrea Wetherald, founder of And Beyond. Hi, and welcome back. I'm here with Rob Costanza, the growth coach, Three Rivers. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me again.
And so, Rob, you're our associate producer. You've been on twice. So this is your third time.
Yes.
I'm like, third time.
The charm.
So this time, it's 2019. What is going on with the growth coach, Three Rivers, this year?
Do we have enough time? How long is this show?
We have a little bit of time.
Well, let me just tell you, there's really a couple of exciting things that I'm really excited to talk about. One of them is my scholarship program. I'm awarding a scholarship to a business owner for free coaching for 12 months.
Wow.
Free scholarship for coaching for 12 months. Isn't that amazing?
That is.
Absolutely. So that's one. Number two, I have an Ask the Coach program. I'm the coach. It's a call-in program that somebody can call in to me, specific hours, obviously, and they can ask me anything they want to ask me about their business, about their staff, about their sales, about how to improve, how to balance their lives. You name it, they can call and ask the coach, Coach Rob.
Coach Rob.
Coach Rob.
So you've gotten a title on top of your coach business coaching.
Yes.
Just coach now.
Well, I have another one to share with you.
Oh, okay.
It's my third thing I'm excited about.
All right, well, tell me about that.
It's called the Sales Captain. What is the Sales Captain? Let me ask you,
Do
what
you
is
have
the
a
Sales
boat?
Captain? Absolutely not, but I have one of those cool little hats that I'll wear during these sessions. But no, the Sales Captain, what that is I act as an outside sales consultant for your business. Let me explain that a little bit further. A lot of small businesses, they have sales teams, maybe anywhere between 2 and 15 sales reps on their team. Most of the time, they're being managed by either the owner or the office manager or nobody at all. Those aren't really effective ways to do business and grow sales. So I, with my 20 plus years of sales and sales management experience, can come in and craft a sales management program and be a sales manager consultant for their sales team. So it improves revenue, improves growth, it improves their sales process, and it frees up the business owner to work on what they should be working on, and that's their business.
So you're taking away some of the pressure of the business owners so that they can focus on what they need to do.
Absolutely. Look, a lot of business owners, they really don't have the pedigree. Maybe they haven't gone through sales training. Maybe they really don't know, but they feel thrusted and they have to go into that position because it's so necessary to grow business and grow sales. So this really makes them relieved and makes them feel comfortable that they've got somebody experienced that's going to work with their people, develop and grow their people, grow the bottom line, make more money, and they can focus on the things that they really want to focus on.
Well, as being a business owner myself, I know that you wear many, many hats and
Yes.
many, many more hats.
And
many
juggles
more.
and I'm on stilts.
Yes, and it doesn't always leave you to do probably what's most important for your company because you're trying to do so much for so many people.
Yes.
So what kind of business owners would benefit from this?
Really, any small business owner that is looking to grow or feel that they are in that pattern of stagnating. It's a small business, like I said, 2 to 15 sales reps, anywhere in that zone, because they need the attention, they need the structure, they need the process, and they need somebody that's going to hold them accountable. That's the big word, right? The big A word.
Yeah.
So that's what I deliver along with a lot of other different things to help them.
And so with the sales team itself, is this an ongoing thing? Is this something you do as a one-time training?
No, it can be structured a lot of different ways. Obviously, I look at coaching as a coach myself. Coaching's a journey. So it's got to be something that happens over a period of time, right? Because we all develop bad behaviors and good behaviors and bad habits. I know some of your bad habits, but we won't share with them on today.
I don't want you to share them.
Yes. But we need to change habits. And in order to change habits, we need repetition and time. And then through repetition and time and changing habits, we develop good behaviors. So think about a sales team that you're working with over a period of time. They can build a better culture, a better way of doing things over a period of time. So to answer your original question, it is a process over time. But it is interworked with certain workshops and certain power sessions that I kind of throw in there to keep things fresh, keep things exciting, and keep things new.
So they're not completely just sitting there like they're in high school and just paying attention to a lecture. It's more interactive.
Absolutely, it's very interactive, and that's where the accountability piece comes in. There's a lot of interaction in between. We talk a lot, we learn a lot. There's a very powerful tool, not just standing there and listening to me the whole time, though it's in their best interest to listen to me, but to learn from themselves and talk about real life experiences that they're experiencing every day, and then we can utilize those experiences to grow.
And so can you tell me a little bit more about the Ask the Coach as well?
Yes, Ask the Coach. So I'm the coach, right? So the call-in program, it's great. It's a monthly membership, just like a gym membership. You can sign up for my monthly membership. It's very simple. There's no contracts, nothing like that. 1 month at a time, and you have access to me during certain hours to call up and have a half an hour coaching session with me on the phone to talk about anything, whether it be sales related, whether it be people related, whether it be vision and goals, whatever it is about the business that the business owner or say a manager or even a salesperson wants to talk about. They'll have access to me during those times to have half-hour phone calls, and it doesn't tie them into any sort of a long term. What it's really designed for are the people that kind of just want to stick their toe in the water, and they know that they want a little bit of coaching. They know they need a little bit of help. They need some direction, but they're not ready to dive right in. So this gives them an opportunity to get a little taste of what coaching is all about and how they can benefit from having somebody to bounce ideas off of, maybe unveil some blind spots that they may have, or just to help them through some tough times.
And it's good for new business owners who have been around.
Yep, you name
growing.
it. You name it. Anybody that owns a business and anybody that wants to do that, they have access to me. I can help them with a whole multitude of different questions.
So, what do you think some of the questions will be? I know you've mentioned a few, but
the number one that always seems to plague the business owner is people. How do I motivate? How do I develop? How do I grow? How do I get my people to get better results?
You mean business owners actually care about their employees?
No, they pretend that they do. No, yes, they do. They absolutely care, and they should care about their employees because that's what business is all about. Businesses aren't successful because of the business owner. It just doesn't happen that way. Though a lot of business owners have that thought that it's all about them, they need to shed that, and they need to understand that their business will grow and prosper only because of the people. Having the right people, training the right people, and developing the right people, and caring about their people is really how their business will grow and prosper.
And one of my favorite quotes of the past month has been, if you want to lead, walk behind them. Mm-hmm. So it's not always about putting themselves forward, but actually, supporting and teaching and continuing education with their employees.
Absolutely.
And so aside from your new programs, mm-hmm. what else do you have to offer as a coach, as a corporate coach?
Mm-hmm. What I can offer is the different lines of coaching. And what I mean by that is it's executive coaching, it's managerial coaching, and it's your team coaching. So I can essentially attack the organization from multiple levels. So you can have a consistency throughout the organization. So the coaching that I do, and I've mentioned this before on the show, I'm a strategic mindset business coach. And what that means is I help all aspects of the business think more strategically about what they do every day. So the executive level or the ownership level, think more strategically. The managerial, the sales, the marketing, it all works in coordination with one another. So that's what I can offer the corporate environment. So now they have a systemic way of looking and solving problems.
And you don't just do small groups, correct?
Nope.
Tell me a little bit about your public speaking or your conferences or seminars, what you can do for that kind of situation.
Yeah, I love to do that. I love to get out and speak at any particular venue that is. Sometimes I hold my own, and then sometimes I'm a guest speaker. And sometimes what I do is I structure certain workshops to focus on certain things. For example, we'll do something on DISC personality profiling, what that's behavioral profiling, how somebody can learn a little bit more about their own personality style and how to deliver that in more a conversational way and learn what the person across from them's personality style is. Another workshop I work on is specifically on sales, how to really refine your sales funnel and your sales process. Leadership development, people management, all the different components, I can parse them into individual workshops.
So you can customize based on
Absolutely.
whatever the company needs.
Yes, exactly.
And is there anything else you'd like to share that I haven't touched base on that I'm not thinking of just from, kind of knowing you on the side as well?
I think we really did a good job.
What's your mystery?
My mystery. I think you should have me on the show more often. I'm obviously your best guest. But no, I mean, that's really pretty much what I have going on in 2019. I'm excited about it because there's some new things. And, the whole idea behind what I do every day and the why behind what I do every day is that I love what I do, I'm passionate about what I do, and I love helping businesses grow.
Great. And I guess for your scholarship, for anything, we will have all the contact information available so they can get in touch with you about all of it.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show. And we will actually be bringing you back out later. I love surprises. And today I thought we'd have a little bit of fun once you get to know the second guest.
I'm all about that.
We'll be doing a little bit of a fun activity with both of you.
Fantastic. Sounds good.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Mandi.
To find out more about Rob at the Growth Coach 3 Rivers, find out more, go to the Growth Coach 3 Rivers. When we return from the break, we'll have Andrea Wetherald of And Beyond. Hi, and welcome back. Andrea, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And I guess we'll get started with what is And Beyond. And I love the ampersand. It just makes it so much more fun.
Yeah, I love the ampersand too. So And Beyond is an applied improv consultancy and coaching program. So I use improv in corporations to do leadership development. And then I also use improv with mid-career professionals in 3 different coaching programs where the whole goal is to figure out how can I use the skills and the tools and the resources I already have to do something I love. So this is usually my clients are people that are like, I've been doing this for a long time, but I actually hate it, and I would love to have a little bit more joy and fulfillment in my career. Sure. And let me tell you that improv is a great way to infuse your life with some joy, so I love it.
And so how did you get involved in improv as well? I guess we should start with that.
Yeah, so I went to an improv workshop through the Pittsburgh Technology Council, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, years ago, a long time ago, and fell in love with it right away because it was so clear that it's about more than making people laugh, that improv is about this really vulnerable creative process that's about listening to your scene partner, looking for ways to support your scene partner, trusting that your creative impulses are enough, rolling with change in the moment, taking risks and being courageous and all this stuff that I was like, oh my gosh, this is so clearly transferable off stage as well. So it's just this really meaningful experience that was also fun. And I don't feel that that happens an awful lot, that you laugh until you're crying in an experience that's also informing you about who you are as a person and how you can grow and thrive as a human being on this planet. So it just the relationship between those two things, I just knew whatever this is, I need to be able to do more of. So in time I started taking classes, and then was fortunate to get on a couple of different house teams. For a while I was doing improv like a lot.
Good.
Like
well,
multiple nights a week I was performing. And then 2 kids came into my life, and as you can relate with as a mom,
sure.
not, loads of extra time.
You
so
have
I
to take something off the plate somewhere. So.
Yeah, I still perform some, but not 5 nights a week.
You're not out every night running
I'm not out every night, no. Sometimes I'm out every night getting more diapers from Target, but...
Basically where we live, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so improv's really changed the way you've thought, and then you incorporated it into coaching. So how did you get into the coaching side of things?
Totally by accident. So when I first started out, I pretty much was a one-trick pony. I had this workshop that, like a 90-minute workshop I was doing, and I had no idea who my ideal client was. That pretty much if people reached out to me, I'd be like, sure, I'll come to your whatever, like nonprofits and pretty much everyone I was working with, like anyone that asked, I said yes. So what happened was I had been speaking at a networking event. I can't think of the name of it in this moment, but anyhow, someone approached me and was like, do you ever work one-on-one with people? And my background is in behavior change coaching. My very first job out of college was actually on a smoking cessation research study, and I was administering the intervention using the trans-theoretical model. I don't know how far down that road you want to go, but basically kind of like this scientific approach to behavior change, which was fascinating and I really loved. So I thought, you know what, maybe there's some overlap there that I wasn't paying attention to before. I mean, it's firmly within my wheelhouse to do one-on-one coaching. That's what I used to do with veterans. So I told her, I don't have any programs like that right now, but I'm like curious about trying that again. Would you be okay if I sort of like experimented, like how would this work using improv and like blending my background in evidence-based behavior change? Can I like conglomerate something and try it out? And I super loved it. And since then have created 3 different programs. It adds a different
element to, I think, what you're doing. So it's definitely outside the box.
People don't usually hear what I do and say, really, another one?
And so you have new programs that you just launched?
Yeah, so a week and a half ago, I launched a new program called RISE, the Career Advancement System. And it's a 6-month program that involves several components, individual coaching as well as the online class. I created a whole online class about using improv to get really good at confrontation, because that's the thing that usually holds people back. But if you think about it, improv is all about listening to your scene partner, trusting that they're a creative genius. And if you can figure out how to do that in the middle of a confrontation, you're going to get a different outcome, right?
That might be true.
Yes, it's definitely true.
I've never tried it, so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So the Career Advancement System is basically designed to help people get expert caliber skills in several professional competencies that make a huge difference if they're trying to really, really thrive where they are, because career advancement can be, I want to bloom where I'm planted, I love my job and I want to step into more leadership, or it can be, I super hate this, golden handcuffs, get me the heck out of Dodge. Sometimes it's that too.
Yeah.
But when you know how to advocate for yourself well, when you know how to give and receive difficult feedback, when you know how to show up as the highest expression of yourself and communicate your message under pressure, improv speaks into all of those things, and those are the same skills that make a difference if you're in a time of transition or in a time of growth professionally.
Because you do a lot with people in career transitions.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so what can they do, like what kind of people are looking for this kind of program?
So most of my clients right now are, I'll say, mid-career professionals, and really there's kind of a variety. I have one client who, for example, has a criminal record and is this wonderful person who's like, I've grown so much, that's not who I am anymore, but is having some trouble like figuring out what are the next steps. I have someone who came to the United States last year from England and just recently got approval to work in the country and is trying to figure out what's next for me. I'm totally reinventing myself. Yeah. And I've worked with clients that are like, I've worked in corporate for 30 or 40 years and I want to start a nonprofit, or I have an idea for a business. So really there's a variety of people, but the thing that they have in common is what's happening right now for me professionally is not what I want to have more of. Like there has got to be more for me than what I am currently experiencing. Help me figure out what, help me figure out what's next. Yeah.
And so what did you see yourself doing? Was this your career path, or is this totally off on, I guess, right field on what you were doing?
So, both. Both is the most honest answer to that. My degree is in social work. My first job was administering the intervention on a smoking cessation study as a social worker. Social work is about client focus. It's about strengths-based perspective. It's about believing that people are experts in their own experience.
So you always really enjoyed working with people and helping people.
Exactly, yeah. And then, but I knew that I was an entrepreneur, so I left my job after a few years. It was a time-limited research study anyhow, so we knew that there's a certain number of years that you could work there, and then it was like, figure something out.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I started a company with a good friend of mine, and we did that for a couple of years, and I learned so much about entrepreneurship. I mean, there's really not a better way to learn than doing it, you know.
Absolutely.
For me, I'm sure that there are some people who teach entrepreneurial skills that are like, no, don't listen to this woman. Take a class first.
Different ideas
Yeah.
for different people, right?
Yeah, I jumped right into it and learned a whole lot. And it was through that experience that I found that workshop through the tech council that I told you about.
Yes.
So it really was just kind of like one thing led to another, and that resonated with me. The things that improv was in that workshop resonated with me the same way that motivational interviewing and stages of change coaching that I was doing at my first job. It was that same feeling of like, oh wow, this is big, this is powerful.
But now you get to have a little bit more fun with it.
Yeah, I love it.
And so is there anything else that I haven't touched base on that you want to talk to me about or tell me about, whether it comes to coaching or speaking or contacting or anything?
Sure. So I also do speak. I know Rob was talking about that as well. I also speak at events, and I'm happy to. If people are looking for something super engaging and they're not afraid of doing a little bit of improv, I will tell you that I've never spoken at anything where there wasn't a little bit of improv involved. That is a collaborative effort with the participants. But I think the main thing, thank you for asking that question, that I just always want to communicate anytime I have the ability is that I believe in hope. To me, improv is about hope. All of my work is about hope. I believe that if you are in an HR position and you are anyone that has a stake in what your company feels like to show up at work every day, how it is not how it has to stay. And so if you know that things are not how you want them to be, it's totally possible to change, and that's everyone's job. Everyone has the ability to make it a better experience. So hope is what I'm all about. In your career, in your office, that's what I care about.
Well, thank you. We're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna bring Rob back out.
Nice.
And since we had you on the show and you are involved in some improv and you do it everywhere you go, we're definitely gonna have to bring Rob out here and see what you guys can do.
Oh, good. Okay.
So we'll see you in a moment.
Perfect.
Learn more about Andrea at andbeyondimprov.com. Andrea and Rob will join us after the break for a special improv challenge. All right, so we are back. This is my favorite part of the show because I get to watch what you guys do and you guys have no idea what's about to happen, right?
I'm nervous.
I'm a little bit scared.
You're both coaches, you're both in leadership, you both help corporations in two completely different ways, and you're both great at it, which is fantastic. Now, having her doing improv, I wanted to bring in a little bit of fun here. So I said before, whenever she was on, I talked about her improv being outside of the box. But I guess the first thing in a very traditional sense of improv is putting you guys inside a box. So let's see how you do for a 10 seconds or so. And right now you're both inside a box.
So we're mimes.
You're mimes.
Do that.
Yeah, it's the easiest one. They're doing great.
Can we talk?
You can talk.
Oh. Is there someone on the other side of this cardboard?
I don't know. I can't see you.
But, okay, but so yes then, because you heard me and answered me.
I can hear you.
Okay, so, okay, it sounds like you're saying yes, there's a person on the other side of the cardboard.
Uh-huh.
Okay, are you a scary person or a nice person?
It all depends on what you think is scary and nice.
Okay, that's a good point.
All right, all of a sudden the box has just disappeared and it's freezing outside. I mean, it's so cold, which is true. At least you can see each other now.
Friends where you can hold me? I'm very cold.
I'm not that kind of guy.
But can you respectfully hold me? I'm very cold.
Are we allowed to do this?
I think
Be careful.
Yes.
Be careful out there.
Okay.
It is Pittsburgh. Yes.
All right, don't worry. You're at the beach right now. You're both on hammocks. The sun's out. Life is going great.
That's not a mojito.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
It's a red stripe.
Just making sure you knew, because most people drink mojitos at the beach, Andrew.
Well, I like my red stripe.
Andrew, we're at a fancy beach.
I don't care. All I needed was my red stripe and my Speedo, and I'm ready. I'm good.
Amy Grant is on this beach, and she is going to see you not
Grant.
drinking a mojito.
That was the most random thing
Amy
ever.
Grant. That is very good. I do like some of her.
All
things.
right, let's fast forward 5 years. You two are now at an Amy Grant concert.
Am I sweating through my blouse?
Oh, what was that?
Am I sweating through my
Is there
blouse?
something going on here?
I have the nervous sweats. I'm going to meet my lifelong hero and soul sister.
How much time do we have here to go on? When can we go home?
It seems like you're not so excited to meet my lifelong hero and soul sister, Amy Grant.
Well, ever since that beach incident that we happened, I can't get excited about it.
Can you
I'm,
get
like,
excited about
watching them.
other things?
Absolutely.
Oh, good.
You're very excited because you both just went to the moon.
The moon
Wow.
is my favorite part of space.
Absolutely. Mine too. Isn't that amazing? I love the moon.
I wasn't disappointed when it turned out to be made out of organic material and not cheese.
That's okay.
I wasn't disappointed. I was like, you know what? Yes, and moon. Way to be made out of rocks and stuff.
It's so cool.
It's so cool.
I still have some in my pockets.
You
All right.
stole
I do.
from the moon?
I'm not telling anybody that.
Andrew stole from the moon.
Andrew, Rob,
Well, yeah.
Andrea. What's Andrea's stage name then, Rob?
Pick a good one.
A good stage name for I'm Andrew.
You're Andrew. Real creative on that one. I changed one letter of my own name.
So maybe I should go with Roberta for you.
Roberta.
Perfect.
All right. Well, Andrew, Roberta, thank you both so much for coming on. That was hilarious. I was just over here laughing, just watching you guys do it. So I will have everybody get in contact with both of you for both
Thank
of your
you.
coaching
Thank you.
experience and your speaking skills. And if there's anything else, please let me know. I'll be happy to share it on all of our
I
social
will.
media.
Awesome.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you
Mandy.
both. Thank you, Rob and Andrea, for joining us on this episode of Spotlight on Pittsburgh. And thank you all for watching. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram on Spotlight on Pittsburgh. And join us again next time when we shine the spotlight on 2 new guests.